with the fan up. I got Santa. I go monkey. Off that. Don't do just what I say. Pull up, practice Uber in that race. She so bad, but she said. I feel guilty, I might as well just plead my case. I say, Lord, be my.
Hello, everyone. I'm Larry Ridley. Welcome to...
Larry, we are coming to you from the heart of Baltimore, nestled between Russell Street and I-395. We're at M&T Bank Stadium. Tonight, we wrap up this Thanksgiving weekend with a good one here between the Houston Texans and the Baltimore Ravens. And the decision to bring it out is going to cost him about 7 yards all told as he's taken down back shy of the 20. Tom Savage trots onto the field. Last week he threw a couple touchdowns in their win over Arizona, 31-21, and the rest of the Houston offense out there as well. But with that win last week, now at 4-6.
Had to feel better because this season began with so much promise. Talking about AFC South titles and maybe a deep run in the playoffs. Now they're just fighting to get back to 500, so that win was huge. I'm going to start negative here. 4 starts this year for Tom Savage. He's lost 6 fumbles and thrown 3 interceptions. Prior to this game against Arizona, his head coach Bill O'Brien said Tom Savage simply has to play better. He did so in that game. 230 yards, 2 touchdowns, led him to a win.
The numbers for Miller in last week's ball game: 22 carries, 61 yards.
And as we discovered in talking with the coaching staff prior to the game, going up against a team that struggled against the run has only emboldened them to run the football more. I expect 40 to 50 carries in this game.
A deep ball for Ellington. He's got a man. Complete. 20, 10, touchdown, Houston. Bruce Ellington, 76 yards. And the Texans have taken the early lead. Well, that's how they envisioned it. Get the football to start the game and score it.
And I don't know if that was scripted. Was it an audible? Or was it just a play call that they had in their pocket? No matter what, they had the right call on against the right defense, and they end up in the end zone.
And the Texans take a 7-0 lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll elect not to return this one, so they'll bring it out to the 25 on the touchback. Well, last week, Baltimore got a 23-0 win over Green Bay. Their offense and Joe Flacco takes the field right here. In that game against Green Bay, Flacco 22 of 38, 183 yards, touchdown, a pick. Not the best game, not the most efficient, but they dominated so well on defense.
They did, and that allowed the offense time to sputter a little bit before getting it in gear in the third quarter. That's the first time they found the end zone. Flacco to Mike Wallace. But a big win for Baltimore, who still has designs on getting to the playoffs, and that's a win that they absolutely had to have.
And now they sit at 500, 5-5. Flacco here on second down. And it's hauled in by Ben Watson. And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Here's a first down run with Collins. And no room that time, getting it to about the 46. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9. The defensive crew for the Texans. Here's a look.
Jonathan Joseph is that wily veteran that you want on your team at all times. He's great in the locker room, fantastic on the field. And if you're a young guy, just watch how he prepares. What is he doing to combat old age? Pilates and yoga. That's extending his career, making him more flexible, and still that guy who can go out there and cover the elite receivers in the NFL.
Flacco. And his throw's going to be incomplete. So a look here at the key inactives, and we got this list before the game down on the field. They tell us the same thing every time, don't they? Next man up.
No excuses. Be ready to play. That's the mantra of every organization. The key is having guys on the roster who are capable of filling in and playing at a high level. That's when you know you've drafted well, scouted free agents well, and stocked your team just the way you're supposed to.
So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. And on third down, a nickel formation here defensively. From the gun, Flacco. And he's going to go down. The Texans come at him and able to bring him to the ground. Brandon Dunn coming in to drop him for a loss of 8, and it'll be 4th down. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Heading out is the Texans offense as they get set to take over here. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage, have the touchdown.